I'm not the greatest when it comes to spatial awareness and my surroundings, heck you could even call me clumsy, but what I am good at is playing video games. A lot of video games. I don't really play a lot of different genres. I tend to find similar games that I know I'll enjoy and then just replay those games over and over. Shout out Battlefront 2. One of my most played games of all time is Left 4 Dead, a totally simple, non-rage inducing masterpiece. And while I enjoy myself, I might be unintentionally avoiding a very specific genre. It's funny because a lot of people would have assumed I've played Project Zomboid since I like zombie games so much. I mean, they're not the same exact genre by any means, but zombies. Does that mean I hate these types of zombie games? No, of course not. I'm always down to play anything, but I'd be lying if I said the clips I've seen haven't scared me a little.
I accidentally press E.
Really quick before we continue the video, I have a public Discord where you can come hang out, chat with me, and even play games. We have events every so often where we can play games with each other. It's a really small community and anyone is welcome. The link to the Discord will be in the description and the pinned comment. So like any normal video game player, I immediately began the tutorial. The only expectations I had at this point was that the game would teach me the basic controls and maybe some basic mechanics. Fire music, by the way. Soon, you'll die horribly. No one will mourn you and you will be swiftly forgotten. Everything will have been for nothing. What an awesome first message. I learned how to zoom in and out, learned how to check my health status, glanced over at the skills to learn I'm an absolute buffoon, gained the ability to turn my neck and headed into the next room. I did what all American protesters do and started looting a bunch of shit. Enjoyed a nice cold dead rat and filled up my water bottle. I was then brought straight back to my Left 4 Dead roots and smacked a zombie to death with a frying pan. Oh shit. Looting the zombie in front of me rewarded me with this massive knife, which I used to embrace my inner London. I found some clothes and then equipped the shotgun, which I used to dispatch of some flat earthers. The tutorial mentioned something about an antidote, but when I pressed Q, I just screamed at the top of my lungs and alerted all the people who still watch Shane Dawson. The tutorial lied to me, but it taught me a very valuable lesson. Just like the message at the beginning told me, death is inevitable. There comes a day when all baby birds must leave the nest and take flight. As you spawn in, you take in your surroundings. What's the situation? Well, most players will spawn in a house or a similar building and begin searching through appliances and drawers in order to find something useful. You eventually decide to pick a spot to fortify, you start organizing your items, finding better gear, before making a slip up that resets all your work. But not all hope is lost. You may have lost your previous character, but the effort you put into your base still remains. And on top of that, you can still kill and loot your old corpse in order to get all your items back. The game is punishing, but it's never completely unreasonable. Project Zomboid is all about learning what you did wrong. Take my first real playthrough for example. My first mistake was naming my character Benny Zimmerman. Alright, what do I want to name my character? I'll go with Benny Zimmerman. I spawned in a nice little house and began searching everything. Found some food and some kitchen supplies before turning on the TV to learn about some fishing, which I definitely didn't find out from watching tips and tricks Zomboid YouTube videos. I seemingly couldn't find any weapons, so I left my house in search of something good. As I checked the neighbor's house, a nearby zombie noticed my presence. I fiddled around for a bit trying to get into the house, but with this zombie chasing me, I decided to just leave. While trying to figure out how to shove, I accidentally used the antidote. Oh shit, oh no, what did I do? After alerting all the Discord mods that their kitten has arrived, like any reasonable person, I started running. You see, running is a big no-no in Project Zomboid, because in this game, each step sounds like you've been pigging out at Pizza Hut and weigh 600 pounds. After a fair bit of juking, I stumbled upon a police station. I looted a gun off a dead police officer and had the bright idea to shoot said gun. Apparently, I had learned nothing from the tutorial. I ran around like an idiot and then died like an idiot. Oh shit. That's what I love about Project Zomboid. No matter how many times you fail or you think you did something well, you could have always done something better. Instead of fighting that massive horde, maybe you should have run. When you learn what places not to go, you learn which places are safe. You start to realize when to run and when to crouch. Sure, the knife or cleaver is quick and agile, but you'll have to get closer. Maybe sticking with a pipe that's longer might fit your playstyle more, making you feel safe. You will die a lot. But as you die, things you used to spend spend time thinking about will become basic knowledge. All of a sudden, you went from being scared to shove a single zombie to facing off massive hordes. I love enjoying single player games, but there's something about playing Project Zomboid with your friends that makes the experience 10 times better. When you're playing solo, you have no one to rely on, no one to catch you on your mistakes or to provide support when you need it. But even having one friend can assist you in ways you might have never thought about. Yeah, they can teach you how to play if they have hundreds of more hours than you, but a second pair of hands is so helpful when building a base. Because while you're out looting, your friend might be fortifying the base or fixing a car. What's the big deal I'm trying to get at here? Teamwork makes everything easier. Not just any teamwork, however, good teamwork. Mistakes in multiplayer aren't just different, but can become more prevalent. Let's look at a simple example from my playthrough earlier, screaming. Let's say you accidentally press the antidote button while surrounded by a huge horde. Well, in single player, that might have just killed you. But if there's more people with you, now they're at risk. A pretty easy concept to understand, right? While it's a pretty easy concept to understand, in practice, your mistakes might be more hidden. Take opening windows. Say you or your friend try to loot a school or a police station, but your friend is lagging behind. You go on ahead, open a window and hop through, closing it behind you. What happens when that friend gets chased by a horde, comes to that same window that is now closed, trying to open it but ends up getting swarmed? Sure, there's a million ways to get around this issue, having better communication, having a plan, setting rules, but I think you get the idea. Like I mentioned earlier, playing in multiplayer can alleviate some of your responsibilities, leaving more time to roam the map and become familiar with your surroundings. Speaking of becoming familiar with your surroundings, Project Zomboid is full of alternate ways to play. You have your standard apocalypse mode, followed by survivor and builder mode, and lastly sandbox. You can also choose from a variety of challenge modes, but I haven't checked any of them out yet. I am a new player, of course, and if I were to recommend a game mode, I would say to play apocalypse to feel out the standard game, and if it gets too hard, to play builder mode to try and understand the game a bit more. Seasoned Zomboid fans, let me know if this is good advice, but that's what I recommend. In builder mode, it's a much more relaxed experience. Food is more abundant, and as you begin to explore, you realize there's a lot less zombies, which is why you can focus on building. Building in Project Zomboid is amazing, and while I haven't dived too deep into it yet, you can deconstruct furniture to get scrap, and by leveling up your carpentry skill, you can begin to build some pretty awesome stuff. Just make sure you have a hammer first.
It's the hammer! He's real! Dudes, take my picture!
Speaking of leveling up, there are actions you can do to level up your skills, but a bunch of leveling will come from books. Oh my god, we have to read. Trust me, I don't like reading either, but this reading might just save your life. I think it was in Robocast's video where he compared the skill system in the game to RuneScape, and I'll echo that as well. Take fishing in RuneScape for example. You walk over to a pond, cast your net, and after a certain amount of time you gain a level. One of the best feelings in RuneScape is maxing out your levels and feeling like your character is a god. After all that time and effort, the things that used to be hard are easy, and you get better rewards out of it. Project Zomboid is very similar in this regard. Sure, if you lose your character after grinding out all your skills, you'll be pissed off just like I was. But that loss, that punishment, is what makes you keep surviving, and like I've been saying, you'll get better at it. While skills can feel super satisfying to level up and master, there are some things that become tedious. Most of these are understandable. Certain actions becoming tedious are just a byproduct of the game being a realistic survival experience. But as a new player, it can feel really daunting to constantly disinfect, clean bandages, and apply new ones. Just stop bleeding. Sometimes I can't really tell what specific zombie attacks do, but zombies seem to have this one attack animation where they try to grab and bite you. Sometimes they crawl, but for the majority of time you'll have these upright walking dudes attacking you. Is it if you let them get closer and stay long, the worse the damage? Or is it animation based, or is it more RNG? I just wanted to add that if you shove a zombie to the ground and step on their head, ooh, that's a good sound. Don't call me a weirdo, but the sound design is on point. Let's sum up what I'm trying to say. Project Zomboid is all about dying. It's the first thing the game tells you as you spawn in. It's less so about death, but more focused on what you do with your time alive. Did you learn anything? Can you avoid the mistakes you've made? For some, it might be hard to realize what you did wrong. Maybe your fate was decided 30 minutes ago when you chose to enter a building you shouldn't have. Or maybe it was because you didn't prepare properly. Persistence is the word I'm looking for, and you must be patient. patient too. Speaking of patience, it's one of the most important skills you can have. If you don't wait, if you bum rush everything, you'll never win. Wait for the opportune moment, wait for that perfect chance, and strike while the iron is hot. Project Zomboid is not without its flaws. I ran into this one bug where if you kill a zombie next to a wall, they'll be like glitched under it. I think it has something to do with the isometric perspective, but it's not a huge deal. Just looks a bit funny when you see it for the first time. Overall, Project Zomboid is an amazing game. I'll be continuing to play it, and I recommend it to those who are interested and want to give it a try. Who knows, maybe you'll sink in multiple hours. I want to give thanks and credit to Angel for the inspiration on today's video, as well as even the thumbnail. Check him out down in the description below. Make sure to check out my public Discord server as well. Come chat with me, come play video games. But that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later. Peace out.